So we all know and love Project Level Up, created by Sophie Alexandra, and today this is what I'm going to be updating. I have my Project Level 5 palette, which means I have to use every single shade 5 times and hit 5 pans. It's very, very scary, especially now that it's coming to the end of the year and I'm wanting to focus more on my Pan That palette. However, I have made pretty good progress on this palette. We're not ready to roll it out just yet, but we do have a few pans and a few usage goals hit, which I am so excited about. But just before we do jump into the video, if you have not already, definitely like and subscribe because it would mean the world to me. I'm doing Vlogmas right now, and that means 31 days straight of uploads. It's a very busy time, but I'm so excited. And as always, everything on my face will be linked in the description down below. So let's get started. As I said, this was my Project Level 5 palette, 5 pans, 5 uses on every shade. So on screen now is what this palette looked like last month. It is the BeautyBay Book of Magic palette. You guys know this palette is one of my favorite palettes. And as you can see, it was pretty well used last month. Last month is when we rolled it in. So all of the pans that you're seeing right now do not count towards our 5 pan goal. However, we had a lot of dips. We had some shades that were really close to hitting pan, and I was feeling very confident with this. And this is what we look like today. Hopefully you can see we have 2 new pans, one in Manifest and one in Voodoo. I'm so excited to share this palette with you guys. We have expanded some pans as well, and we have also made a few little dips in this palette. So amazing progress so far. We're not ready to roll it out, but that is absolutely fine. I'm still over the moon. This is the palette. Here we go. 2 new pans. It's looking even more loved than it was before, and I'm absolutely loving this palette. You guys know it's one of my favorites. It is my baby, and yeah, it's been amazing to give myself the opportunity to play around with this palette this month and get a bunch of use on it. So as always, I'm going to go through each shade one by one, share with you the usage, then I'm going to share some looks that I did with this palette, and then at the end I'm going to share the goals for next month as well. So without further ado, let's go. So the first shade is Vanish, and I have been working on this, no pan unfortunately. I've used this 13 times so far, so we've obviously hit that 5 use goal. I stopped working on this shade because I do have a lid setting shade in my rolling project pan, and it's really, really close to being finished completely. So that is going to be my focus shade, and then once that shade is finished, I will then move on to continuing to pan this one. But I don't think it'll take too long. There is a pretty big dip in it, so I'm really happy about that. Next is Stardust. I've used this 3 times this month, so 2 away from our goal. Amulet, I have used 3 times as well, so 2 away again. Alchemy, I've only used 1 time this month, so we've got a fair few uses to go on that. Enchanted, I have used 1 time, so again, quite a few more uses for that one. Next is the shade Manifest. I use this in my eyebrows, and I use this 8 times to hit pan on it. This was a really, really good brow shade for me. It is pretty exact, so I was more than happy to work on that. Then we have the shade Wish. I have used this 1 time this month. Then we have Crystal. I have used this 0 times this month, so we've still got quite a few uses to go on that. Sorcery, I've definitely expanded this pan. I've used it 3 times this month. Then Voodoo, we've hit pan, but I've only used it 3 times, so I've got 2 more uses to go on it. Hopefully we can expand this pan a little bit, which will be amazing, but I'm really happy that I've hit pan on it at least in 3 uses. That is not many uses at all. This had a super big dip on it, so I'm really, really happy that I have managed to hit pan. That is my 2nd pan in this palette in this project. Okay, next we have Bewitched. I've used this 1 time this month. Spell, I have used 0 times this month. Hex I have used 3 times this month. Again, I do have another black that I'm working on in a different project, so trying to juggle those two can get a little bit difficult. Charmed I have used 3 times this month. I've actually really fallen in love with this shade. It's a really, really nice shade. It's very similar to Alchemist from the Pastel Roses that I have. Next we have Elixir. I have used this 2 times this month. Next we have Moonlight, and I have used this 5 times this month, so we've hit our goal on that shade. I'm wearing it on my inner corners today. Then we have Cursed. Look at this pan. It is huge. I've only used this 2 times this month. Then Jinx I have used 0 times. Trick I have used 2 times. And Potion I have used 1 time. So they are the uses in this palette. So I've not really hit my uses on many shades, but I do think for 1 month we've made really, really good progress. I think next month we will have our 5 uses on a lot of shades. Hopefully we'll have a few new pans, especially on this lid setting shade as well. So I'm going to start for looks with this look that I have on my eyes today. So I have the kind of blue gradient. So I have Cursed, Trick and Elixir on my outer part of my crease, and then I have the teal gradient on my inner part, which was Cursed, Bewitched and Wish. So they are the shades in my crease. And then I put the shade Charmed as my first shade on my cut crease, just to blend in the orange and the yellow that I have on my eyes today. So I really like this look. It's very, very different. It's very, very colorful, but it is using blue, which is my all-time favorite color to use on my eyes. And then, like I said, I do have Moonlight on the inner corners. Then I have this look. I did a get ready with me with this look, so you can see me do this look. I'll link it up in the cards if you did miss that. So on the outer part of the crease, I have Hex, I have Voodoo, I have Sorcery, and I have Enchanted. Then on the inner part of the cut crease, I have Manifest and Amulet. And then on the cut crease, I have Stardust and Alchemy as well. So this is a beautiful purple and neutral kind of correlating look. I really, really love this. It did kind of inspire this look today. I was hoping that the teals and the blues would look a little bit different on the eyes, but they do look very, very similar. There is a slight difference, but yeah, not as much contrast as I thought there would be, but that's okay. I still love this palette, as you can see. Next, I did this look, and I just have it on my phone, so I'm just looking at the reference. So I used all of the blues, once again, out on the winged side of this look. This look is so beautiful. I really do love this look. So once again, I used Cursed, I used Trick, and I used Elixir for that outer wing. And then on the inner part, I used this purple gradient again. Really beautiful, absolutely love it. I did use a different shade on the lid that was not from this palette, but again, I think this look is so beautiful. For this time of year as well, blues and purples are everything to me. I mean, blue is everything to me every single month of the year, so it's not really that much of a surprise, but this palette brings me so much joy. I'm so glad that I handpicked this palette to work on for level 5. I did also do some neutral looks. I didn't take any pictures of them. I'm really, really sorry. But I used Antique Bronze from my Pan That palette, which is my Modern Renaissance. Then I used Amulet, and then I used Stardust as well in that look. It's just a very, very easy smoky eye, very neutral. I'll probably do it a few times more just because I am trying to get 15 uses on my Pan That palette shade, and this palette goes really, really well with that as well. So yeah, a few looks. I didn't take pictures of every single look. I normally just take pictures of looks that are like particularly nice and particularly like bright and colorful. So yeah, they're the looks that I'm most proud of this month. Okay, let's talk about goals for next month, shall we? I'm wanting to get 5 uses on most of this palette. I probably won't get 5 uses on every single shade just because, again, I'm working so hard on my Pan That palette that maybe a few of these shades will be kind of neglected, but that's okay. I do want to have pan on Vanish. Hopefully I can finish my other lid setting shade. That would be amazing. What other shade do I think I can hit pan on? I think I can hit pan on Amulet, to be honest. I don't have any shades like this left in my Pan That palette, so that would be an amazing shade to roll in. Maybe one of the shimmers, I'm not sure. Maybe Moonlight, if I keep using it as an inner corner highlighter. I'm not gonna put any like super hard goals for this month. As I said, December is always Pan That palette month, and I don't want to take away too much from that palette. So yeah, we'll just see. I think as long as I get 1 or 2 more pans in this, I'll be very happy. And yeah, 5 uses on a lot more shades, I think, as well. How do you think I'll do this coming month? Let me know down in the comments down below. Are you doing this project? If you are, let me know how you're doing. Let me know what level you're on. Level 5 has scared me for a very long time. I've been very, very nervous about level 5 for ages, for months. So I think it's really, really good that I'm getting good progress on this, and I'm really, really happy. So this is where I'm gonna love you and leave you guys. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, like and subscribe. I hope you are enjoying Vlogmas. It is going amazingly so far. I cannot wait to continue down this journey with you guys. Have an amazing day, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye.